so Viking season may be kind of but it's definitely not over at mybookie.ag because you know about the game, so why not? Something going on. Yeah, and MyBookie been in the business for years. Reputation is rock solid, plus the payouts. Yeah, some of these online sports books, not so good a reputation. You got to worry about beating the spread, and then you got to worry about beating the book because you want to get paid. But MyBookie, rock solid reputation, fastest payouts. Seriously, 2 business days. Done it. It's so if I could do it, come on, right? Plus in-game live betting and the most rewarding player perks in the business on the all-new mobile site that makes wagering on the go a breeze. Because if you get a hot tip, you just gotta get going right now. Plus now, join MyBookie and they will match your deposit up to $1,000, 100% deposit bonus if you use promo code FTW. So again, mybookie.ag, promo code FTW, 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. You play, you win, you get paid. MyBookie.ag, promo code FTW.
And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and neither there, Chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. The website is dadmodepod.com. Tweet at me at dadmodepod or just use the hashtag dadmode. Today, joining me from the not so close to Falcon Heights, Lauderdale, Uncle Nick at Nixon. Hey.
Hey, Andy, how's it going?
Good. Has the neighborhood died down a little bit?
Since probably the last week or so, it has. It's been
24-hour news cycle. We're all on to Cleveland now.
Yeah, I mean it's
because it's huge.
You see a lot of memorial stuff still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the streets, both sides of the street are full of memorials still.
Yeah. Where is the governor's mansion, by the way?
It is in St. Paul, I believe, I believe it's off of Grand Avenue or Summit Avenue.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, oh, damn, on the way home on Saturday, we all went to the Saints game, which was a lot of fun. Nick bought us hats, which was delightful. We drove down Summit, and some of those houses on there are, damn, Gina. Damn.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people I know love doing the tour of those. None of those houses, I believe, do have a tour. I know I went to the James Hill house. I think that's off of, it's kind of near the cathedral. But, yeah, I mean, the Minnesota Historical Society, I think, owns that one. And, yeah, some of these really old, where the rich people all lived on Summit.
Yeah, it's funny. That used to be the rich person house, except some of the decor in them is a little bit. Well, it's definitely dated, but you could tell that's what rich people used to think looked good back in the day. Like all the wallpaper, like all the ornate gold trim and all that other crap. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I know.
We're nowadays we all want open concept kitchen because we love entertain.
Whoa! What was that?
All right, HGTV. That was my just Asian impression.
Okay.
On HGTV, every time they say open concept, love to entertain. Gosh, what else is there? Gosh, what are some other buzzwords? I used to be really good at this. We actually don't watch HGTV that much anymore. She watches. The wife watches Lifetime movies all the time. Subway tile, granite. Yeah, every time you hear those buzzwords, drink, and you'll be drunk fast.
That sounds like a fun game.
Ooh, mudroom. Yeah, drink with that too.
I don't remember mudroom. Okay.
Yeah. But today we're talking about not HGTV. We're talking about activities. There's so much room for activities. Oh, that's also a big thing on HGTV. To talk about, this is an extra room that could be used for kids' activities. Because, as I've come to find, even just with one kid in the house, you need ample room just to let them spread out, let them dump their toys everywhere, and then just go to town. Looks like Vietnam in our living room most of the time.
Kids just like they like to be hands-on. They like to do so many things. And I don't know, I don't think they get the concept of just, like, hey, when you're done playing with this thing, let's clean this up first before we go to our next thing. No. Kids don't work like that.
And it's really fun when she gets together with her 2 other cousins, and then they're just all over the place. And even if everything was cleaned up and all the toys are put in bins, every single toy comes out. And like, it's not annoying. It's really fun and cute and stuff. But it's funny because all 3 of them are girls. So in about 12 years, all of them will just be texting or on whatever device is in vogue in 12 years. And they'll just be sitting there silent, probably talking to each other on their virtual reality stenopad device or whatever the hell is big in a decade.
You called it a stenopad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It could be a thing.
Everything will be virtual reality, I think.
And speaking of virtual reality, buy all of your stenopads of the future on Amazon. dadmodepod.com/Amazon. Bookmark it every time you buy someone. Use that link, and we'll get a little taste. Keep the lights on in here. All right, so kids' activities. And I want to talk about this because the wife has been pushing to get Mugsy into swimming lessons. And apparently, some places, they do swimming lessons right out of the womb. Just like 2-week-old swimming lessons. Come on down. It's just like, all right, so do you take basically the fetus and you just like hold it in the water? That's not really doing much, right? But usually kids around Mugsy's age, a little over 1, there is some stuff. And she does have an affinity for water. She loves her water table, and she loves swimming in the pool we have in our backyard. So I guess it'll probably be time for the swimming lessons.
I worry about that because, I would hope that, like, I'd make sure my kids potty train first before put my kid in the water.
I don't think they care. Plus, I think they're realistic that even the adults piss in the pool. Like, they say 1-year-old and 18-month. Oh, by the way, stop calling your kid 24 months old. He's 2. I mean, let's. He's 26 months. No, he's 2. That mother is 2. Anyways, swimming lessons for at that age is just basically dad swimming lessons. Because the dad's holding the kid, and she's got the floaty arms, and she's got the float around the waist, and float around the ankles, and float around the head, and float around the neck, and float around the back, and float around the shoulders. It's basically just dad standing in the pool. Train's like, okay, dads, here we go. Backstroke. You mean just put her on her back, and then I'll guide her through the water? Is that what you mean by backstroke? All right, Miss Instructor Lady. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be pissing all over that pool. Yeah, hear you me. I'm going to drink a 24-ounce Grande Americano, and I'm going to be pissing all over that pool because I'm going to get my money's worth.
Don't. Oh, my God.
Nick, that's what they have all the chemicals for.
It's going to need so... The water's almost going to be so dangerous for the kids to get into.
No, it's okay. I mean, they're pissing in the pool. I'm pissing in the pool. We're all pissing in the pool. And don't tell me that instructor, that 22-year-old co-ed who's doing this for her Phi Ed credits, don't tell me she's not pissing in the pool. Give me a break.
Well, I do have to agree with you about, I think swimming lessons is the basic generic thing everyone starts with when it comes to kids' activities, like the social thing outside of like something that you do at home.
Yeah. Now, did you have swimming lessons back in the day?
Yes, I did.
How old did you go up to?
I think I stopped in kindergarten. I think first grade, maybe. There was a point when I think the instructors, they were too disappointed in me because I sucked at swimming. I didn't learn how to swim until high school.
I feel like once you have a baseline knowledge of swimming, like I'm not a great swimmer. I struggle treading water, that whole thing, but I'd be fine. Like if we were shipwrecked, I could hold my own for a while, and I think that's all you really need. Or like if I saw a kid drowning in a creek, I could go get him, that whole thing. Mm-hmm. But I grew up with a couple of people in like my town, high school and stuff, where they were getting the advanced swimming lessons, and the lifeguard training and CPR stuff is just like, hey, yeah, it's great. How's that helping you as an adult? Is that good? Yeah. Oh, cool. You shaved a couple seconds after breaststroke time. It's like, yeah, awesome. Now I understand getting a lifeguard job, in the summer in high school. That's a pretty damn cushy gig. You sit in the sun all day. You get to check out chicks. You have your shirt off all day, and it's fantastic. But doesn't really teach you much in the term of life skills.
It must be the most affordable thing to do as well.
As opposed to what?
Oh, okay. Let's go. Do you want to go through the list of like what kid activities or what do kids start off doing? I mean,
yeah. We can go through a list, but I just wanted to slander lifeguards some more. It's just like you go to a hotel. It's like there isn't a lifeguard chain. Like Baywatch doesn't exist. Like if you go to a hotel, there's no lifeguard on duty. It's like, yeah, that's my life's work. Lifeguard.
It's sometimes a bellhop on weekends.
Well, like you don't see a 52-year-old lifeguard. Like, man, I only got 3 more years, and then I got my pension as a lifeguard. Get out of here. All right, so activities for kids, and we're talking about this because the wife and I are picking up a minivan this week or next week, one of the two. So it's very imminent. It's happened. I've accepted it. I grew up with a minivan. I'm perfectly fine with that. And the wife grew up with one of those beast vans, not a minivan, like a full size beast
cargo van.
No, like the full size conversion van. Like the kind that has like velour and wood grain, and not ironically, but like literally.
Oh wow,
those kinds of vans. Yeah. So we're okay with the van, and to be honest, it's kind of nice that we're okay with vans because the price of vans relative to SUVs are a lot cheaper by year, make, model, mileage, that whole thing, because there is so much more demand for SUVs. They're like, oh, I don't ever want to be those minivan people. Well, hey, I'll be those minivan people. I'm gonna put some spinners on this bitch. It's going to be great.
My family, we grew up with vans. No, I was station wagon. My aunts and uncles in the 90s, they all got the Dodge Caravan. They all had Caravans. Yeah. It was it's sweet. I mean, that door that just kind of like, that the back door doesn't like swing out like most cars. It sucks itself, to the back. It's sweet.
I'm pushing to get the faux wood grain, like the ironic wood grain, make it look like a Woody van, except it's like a 2009 or 2010 type van. I'm pushing for that. I don't think she'll let me do it because I say if we're gonna lean in, let's lean all the way in. But we'll do a full episode on the minivan once that gets there, and it's gonna be great. Now I'm gonna play Rough Riders Anthem all over the place. So
Oh, wait, are you buying a new van or a used van?
It's going to be used, except it'll be like 2010, 2014 era.
Okay.
Yeah. We can go in a whole thing about buying new. How it's not worth it, but
yeah.
That's another episode for another day. So activities. And with the minivan, we're going to have plenty of room for activities and hauling bikes all over the place, and it's going to be pretty sweet. But T-ball, like Little League, basketball. I know hockey's a really big thing here in Minnesota. I'm kind of torn, right? Because chances are in the suburbs here, Mugsy's friends growing up will probably be into hockey. And if we have a son down the line, he'll definitely be in hockey. Or at least his friends will be. And hockey is renowned to be one of the most expensive sports, especially at the youth level, where you do have to buy all the equipment, and the kids are constantly growing, so you gotta get new equipment, and then you're driving your ass all around the metro area and surrounding areas for all these tournaments and games and whatnot. So it's time consuming, and it is an expensive sport. And if the kid loves it, I won't mind shelling out the cash. But if our kid hates hockey and doesn't like it, and we already spent all that money, it's like one of those sunk cost fallacies, right? Where the parents is like, we spent all this money, you're going to go out and play. If the kid doesn't like it, if the kid hates it, he hates it. We'll just sell all the stuff unplayed against sports. But what I'm rooting for is gymnastics.
Yeah. Oh, it's so interesting you said gymnastics. I was going to bring up gymnastics. My nieces.
Oh, because I have an Asian daughter? Oh, sorry, guys.
Whoa. I was just going to say, my nieces are in gymnastics right now, and they are at the ages of 4 and 6. So, very, young, and I don't think it's too expensive. I mean, to pay for like a leotard and whatever, however the cost is for the class, or the gym time. I mean, it's not like buying like crazy amount of equipment like hockey.
Yeah, and you can already tell, like, Mugsy likes being rambunctious and will really like tumbling, like the early intro classes for gymnastics. And who knows? Well, I should take that back because gymnastics can be pretty spendy once you get into, like, the upper echelons. Like, if you got a daughter who's trained for the Olympics, where you're homeschooling her, you're moving her to Des Moines to train with that Mr. Chow guy who trained Shawn Johnson, that whole thing, then that can get pretty spendy. But, if you're just on, like, the high school team, a couple leotards, a little bit of makeup, some hair ties, and okay. Yeah.
Well, we'll get some, sponsorships once she gets really good.
Yeah, Hy-Vee, where there's helpful smile in every aisle. Friendly smile, whatever. Was it helpful? Helpful smile, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or swimming. Since Mugsy loves swimming so much, actual swimming, not like the little kid swimming. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely being something you can get into.
Because is it bad that I'm rooting for minimal cost sports? I'm definitely not being a miser here, but if she picks basketball, well, that can be kind of spendy with shoes, but whatever, it's basketball. And maybe soccer.
Soccer, I would say soccer.
Yeah. Swimming. It's okay. I can live with that.
When they're young, I mean, let them do the inexpensive sports first, let them see where, like what their interests are and what they can get into, when they start getting into like grade school, middle school, when they're old enough to maintain, abstract thought about, like what they want to play and do. Like if they say, Mom, Dad, I really want to try lacrosse or something. And, then you can like look into it then. But, like when you're in their, your toddler ages, and like they're just learning to walk, you have to stick with the basic, simple, swimming first, obviously. And then, get them into the, slowly ease them into the more expensive stuff down the road if that's what you want to do.
It's always great watching little kids like 4 or 5 years old just invent sports. They have hockey sticks and a football and a lacrosse goal, and then they're just like going at it. And then all of a sudden, you toss a lacrosse or like a rugby ball in there. It's like, it's a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl. It's worth more points. Get it. That's the sport I want Mugsy to play. Yeah. Other than that, the one sport I'm really rooting for, rooting against, and this is very controversial, given the wife's family background, is dancing.
Oh, interesting.
Mainly because it has all the travel and costs of hockey, especially at the youth level, except none of the sport. And I understand it takes a great deal of athletic ability and dedication and work ethic to pull off all that dance stuff. And the wife's sister is a head coach at Austin High School for dance, and her dad's really into dance because he grew up with the daughter in dance and all that stuff. But I do not want to deal with dance moms. Like I swear to God, like some of the stereotypically most catty and just terrible to be around people, spending entire weekends with them, shelling out hundreds of dollars for outfits and dance shoes and dance accessories and makeup and hotel rooms, and it's just no. The wife says she wants to try it out. Like she wants Mugsy to try it out, man. If she loves it, I'll support her, absolutely. But if she is kind of middle of the road, I think I'm going to bring out my fatherly veto, or just kind of nudge her, like, Mugsy, dancing's not your thing. Dad wasn't good at skeet shooting, so he gave that up.
Skeet shooting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make something up because I was actually pretty good at clay pigeon shooting, but whatever. And just like, next winter we'll try the basketball team. How about that? Because I'm not gonna lie, I actually like basketball as a spectator sport, and Mugsy can be pretty good. I'll teach her the Ray Allen jump shot. She'll probably have a handle. Ooh, she'll be like Allen Iverson except shooting like Ray Allen. Yeah. Basketball, baby.
How about magic?
Without the AIDS?
Yes, without the AIDS.
All right. Ideally without the AIDS. I just want to be clear here.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting out of the sports thing. I was thinking more like would you be interested like any hobbies you might want to start off at a young age?
Hobbies. Astronomy. Which is kind of weird because I was always kind of a space nerd and still kind of am, kind of a closet. I had a telescope growing up, and it was really cool just looking up and you find Jupiter or Mars or I think I've on Saturn once, and that's all neat stuff. And by the way, telescopes nowadays are like so much more badass and way more affordable. Like I had a crappy telescope, but it was still cost a pretty penny back in the day. But you can get a really good one now for cheap. And see, I think that'd be really cool. And, it's something, you go planetarium, you go to the science museum, see all the space stuff. It's all exciting. Go down to Cape Canaveral if NASA's still running. And if it's not privately funded by Elon Musk by then, that's perfectly fine too. And, yeah, I would pick astronomy or, let's see here. Bowling's really big in the wife's family. It's kind of like their family sport. And, bowling's kind of neat, especially since they got rid of smoking in bowling alleys. And what else? Oh, got to talk about music. Now, they offer music lessons for kids as young as 2. And I get that you want your kid to be a prodigy like Mozart or some of those jabronis you see on YouTube, but I think starting them at like mandatory cello lessons at 2 or whatever instrument you want it to be is just a recipe to get them burnt out at 7. Just completely disdain and hate music. It's something that they had to do 3 days a week ever since they were 2. I mean, that would be easy to hate.
I've seen videos on YouTube of 4 and 5-year-olds drumming to System of a Down, Toxicity, and it is incredible. That would be...
Yeah. Here's the thing. Don't know the family background, but if those parents are making that kid drum like 5 days a week, I'm going to bet every single penny I can gather that she's not going to be drumming at age 18.
Interesting.
Because as parents, you want to be supportive. You want to give them a little bit of encouragement, have them push through, because getting through adversity and it is something that you really have to do in life. And it's really good to be learning that as a young kid. But if it's something they absolutely hate, like Andre Agassi and his father, reading his book about how he hated tennis, except he had to play it every single day, and his dad kept pushing him that whole thing. And yes, he became a professional tennis player, made millions of dollars, that whole thing, but he hates his father, he hates tennis, and it's just bad. And you do see even kids that don't have the talent to be a professional at sports or an activity like music or whatever, they'll still be getting pushed by their parents, and they'll hate the activity, and then they'll have a strained relationship with their parents as adults, and it's kind of bad all the way around. So that's why I feel like you do have to take a bit of a step back, let the kid try lots of various activities, whether it be sports or hobbies like astronomy or music or whatever, and just find something that they're passionate about. Find something that they're curious about, that they on their own want to learn more about. Like if they really love the cello, really take to it, and really love looking forward to those 3 lessons a day with that guy with the red dot above his house on the child predator map, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, we'll have security there, but if he's really good at teaching cello, and I'm guessing he's going to be charging pretty economical rates because he probably won't be in high demand, okay.
Interesting. Okay, let's bring up the scenario of what if Mugsy just doesn't want to do anything? What if she wants to be like Uncle Nick and just do nothing? Just go home and do nothing. Are you gonna give her the option of nothing?
No. Well, see, even if you're into nothing, there's always something that interests a person, because we talk about these, the stereotypical teenager that all he wants to do is sit around, play video games, and watch movies. Well, guess what? You can be a professional video game player now. Apparently, that's a thing, and make a couple $1 million a year playing StarCraft. So there's always going to be a passion. Like, it's very rare that a person has 0 interests. And it's just a matter of finding out what that is and nurturing it and honing it. And maybe Mugsy doesn't want to do sports, doesn't want to do activities, but maybe she's really good at drawing or art. That's something that can be cultivated and nurtured.
Yeah.
You can get art scholarships. You can be an artist. You can do all that other good stuff. So actually, that would be like the nightmare scenario where the kid's just like a vegetable, like loves nothing, has zero interest, and is just going through the motions. Because if the kid doesn't have like a curiosity or interest in or a passion in life, that's what's the point of living then? Like even an adult, passion, you have your Nick, you have your movies, you have TV, you got pop culture, you got Taylor Swift getting thrown under the bus by Kim Kardashian.
At one time. Oh, my God, guys. Sorry.
Well, that was this week.
I know.
Yeah. And everyone has something that they're interested in. It's something that is, gets them out of bed every day and makes life worth living. And, as kids, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's music, sometimes it's art, sometimes it's all that other crap. But if you just find whatever it is, I think it's your job as parents to kind of ride with it. Because, if you have this kid that's a great painter, sculptor, illustrator, or whatever, and you're just like, no, you MF, or you're going to play hockey because your mother and I spent all this money on hockey equipment, you put those doodles away, and eventually that kid turns 18, maybe he runs away from home, and guess what? He gets a job at Pixar doing what he loves, drawing. He's not doing? Playing hockey because he was terrible at it and he hated it. And now he hates you, Dad. Good job.
You paint a pretty picture of that.
That was oddly specific.
It was oddly specific.
What was an activity growing up that you did not care for, but your parents kind of was like, Nick, come on.
It was all the sports that I've tried. I tried,
curling.
I did not try curling. No, I don't think curling was big in the.
I think we would be good at curling. I think we should start a curling team.
There's one there's a club in St. Paul. I hear it's really hard to get into though. Just because it's curling's such a niche thing to get into.
It's like trying to join the cigar club all over again. Yeah. But are you glad that your parents pushed you to stick in sports?
Yes, because I'm not, I don't have any regrets. I know, for you guys who know me, I'm not an in shape person, but it doesn't mean that I haven't tried. I've done football, I've done baseball, I've done basketball for 2 years in basketball actually, and I didn't mind it. I just wasn't good at it, and as a kid, I realized that sports at the time it just wasn't my thing. It wasn't it wasn't what I excelled at. It wasn't what I was passionate about. But I got to try it, and I didn't last more than a season in football. I think baseball. I think I lasted a season. I said basketball I did too. I don't have any regrets. I made a few friends from there, and it wasn't. I know my limits and expectations now a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's good when parents do push their kids to stick it out, because as kids you will have the ups and downs, and you'll always kind of find a reason to quit. Let's see, sports growing up, I played football, played baseball up until sophomore year of high school, ran track, that whole thing. So those were the easy sports. Those are sports I loved. Winter sports, I played basketball up until 9th grade, and then I kind of stopped growing, and everyone else kept growing, and I didn't really care for the coach, that whole thing. So like halfway through 9th grade year, I wanted to quit basketball, and my dad wouldn't let me, and made me finish out the season. Yeah, that's fine too. I'm really glad that he did that, because there is something to be said about sticking it out even if it's not favorable to you. Yeah, he didn't make me go out for basketball sophomore year. But he did make me see through the commitment I made going through freshman year of basketball. And that's something that it's a really good life lesson. And I think that sort of stance should be taken with kids in activities and sports, even at a young age, that, hey, if you make a commitment, if you make a dedication to yourself, to your teammates, to the coach, you got to follow through. And afterwards we'll evaluate. Next year, maybe it's not your thing, and maybe it is, and maybe we'll keep going. I think that's the sort of trial and error that you got to go through all the sports activities, music, all that other stuff.
Agreed. Definitely agree.
But I swear to God, if Mugsy goes through like 9 instruments, we're renting. We're not buying an instrument until she picks one.
No. You definitely have to rent. Renting. Yeah, hell.
Renting until she's really, really good at something.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Call Uncle Nick, and Uncle Nick will be like, "Fine, I'll get to her," because that's what uncles do.
Uncle Nick's financing a trumpet. Hold on, you guys. I gotta go make my trumpet payment.
I gotta put in some overtime this weekend. I gotta pay for a trumpet.
Man, we should just have a full music episode because I played trumpet as a kid. I was aight.
I played clarinet.
You would.
Whatever. Shut up.
All right, what's coming up on the Nickerson podcast?
This week I'm recording an episode talking about the rest of the movies that are coming out in 2016. You know, kind of what to wait for, what to look out for during the fall and winter months.
When does Suicide Squad come out?
It comes out in a couple weeks, I believe. I think it's the first or second week of August, if I remember correctly. Here,
All right, we should go see it.
Okay. Yeah, first week of August.
Yeah. You want to support this show? Tell a friend, spread the word. You know, if you're talking amongst your dad friends, your mom friends, we got some mom listeners too. Tell them about the Dad Mode podcast. Get out there. Nick and I, who's not a father, but that's okay. You know, we talk about parenting stuff. Basically, me bitching for about half an hour, and who doesn't want to hear that? It's good. The show is available on iTunes and Stitcher. Follow us on Twitter at DadMoPod. Me at Andy Carlson Show. Nick at Nickerson. Website is dadmopod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go Dad Mode, and we'll see you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nickerson, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nickerson Podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. From movies, television, music, anything pop culture, I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nickerson Podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.